welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren, and so this is going to be like my first official YouTube video. Part of the reason why I'm doing the YouTube videos is for a couple of reasons. One, I just started doing makeup or doing my makeup like 4 months ago, and so I'm gonna do my makeup in this video. And so don't judge me. You may see some things that are like, what is she doing? She does not know what she's doing. You're right, I don't know what I'm doing. So I kind of wanted to just document my journey, get to know how YouTube works. I'm going to be doing my makeup, and I'm also going to be doing, I guess, a little chit chat, girl talk, I guess, because I am 32 now. I think that's like probably one of the first times I've ever said that out loud, but I am 32 years old. And if you are 32 years old, that another young lady around the same age as me will be like, yes girl, you are so right, the same thing is happening to me, I needed to hear that. Or a younger young lady might be looking at me and maybe she can learn from some of the things that I've gone through. I have not written down anything. I wanted it to be genuine and authentic, and I didn't want it to be scripted. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, so I've already washed and moisturized my face, and I'm going to start off. Let me actually take off my glasses. I'm as blind as a bat, y'all. Just know that in advance. So because I'm taking off my glasses to do my makeup, I'm gonna be having a mirror right here because I need to get up close and personal and see, because I can't see. So anyway, I'm gonna start off with primer. The primer that I use is the Too Faced Poreless Primer. So anyway, the reason why I've even been thinking about the fact that I'm 32 is because when you are in your 20s, like time, it just seems like you will be young forever. And not that 32 isn't young, but it's very different than 22, obviously. Even 25, even like 27. It wasn't until I think I was 28 that a lot of the things that I know today kind of started to kick in. And here's my psych major gonna be kicking in. It isn't until you're 25 anyway that your frontal cortex or your frontal lobe fully develops. So once you turn 25, things kind of start to make sense to you, or you kind of really learn yourself then, but you still stupid. And that's just the bottom line. And you don't realize that until you get older, that you don't know as much as you think you do. And when you get older, you wish, it's not that you wish you could do things different. It's just, it's like, man, if I knew what I know now at 22, oh, I would have been a beast out here. I would have been a beast out here. Like, do y'all hear me? And so, you know, everything was so different. Dating was different. This is the worst part of it all because I don't know how to do eyebrows. But anyway, dating was different. The relationship with my mother was different. My relationship with my friends was different. Oh, that's a whole nother video for another time. You start to realize as you get older that, you know, because when I was younger, like me and my friends were like attached at the hip. And so like as you get older, you realize that first of all, you guys are growing and going in different directions. And so, you know, you're not as clingy to them, mainly because you guys are on some different stuff. Maybe your careers take you in a different a different direction. Maybe maybe some of your friends start to have kids, or maybe they get married. Whatever they do, you know, and then some of them just start acting different just in general, which is fine. If one of them made another friend, I would feel some type of way, or, you know, just all these things. You start to think about, as you get older, you start to think about all the things that your mom told you, or that some of your older cousins told you, or you just start to think about, oh, they already look crazy, huh? You just start to think about all the things that you were told, and it's like, man, why didn't I listen? But honestly, now that I'm getting older, I realize that some of those mistakes I needed to make, because honestly, a lot of the things I know, nobody taught me. While it would be nice if some of the younger women would adhere to some of the things that, you know, older people say, you still kind of have to learn for yourself. You have to learn for yourself. And fortunately for me, I didn't make any long-term mistakes. or, you know, anything that would have affected me forever, meaning like I didn't get like any STDs, I didn't have any babies. Babies are a blessing, so I'm not saying that's a mistake at all. But what I am saying is that I know, looking back at how I was when I was younger, I didn't need no baby, y'all. I did not need no baby. And sorry. And so, you know, like I said, I didn't do anything permanent or any permanent damage, I guess, to myself mentally, or, you know, I didn't get on drugs or do anything like that. I've actually never smoked weed a day in my life, and being from California, people never believe me. But I'm fortunate enough to say that I thoroughly am enjoying the woman that I am becoming, and I'm hoping that if anybody younger is watching this video, that they will be able to say the same thing, because getting older and wiser is the most beautiful thing when you can look back. See, that's the type of things or mistakes you want to make as you get older, or when you're younger. You know, you want to make the kind of mistakes that you're like, man, that was crazy, that was fun, I should have never been doing that, but I made it out of it and I learned something from it. Those are the kind of mistakes you want to make. But you know, how to handle things in life, because, and when I say dating, I don't even just mean the person that you're dating. I'm talking about your friends. You will see, you can learn a lot about your friends by how they act when they're dating, and how they act around the people that you're dating, and just a lot of things you can learn by dating, and a lot of them are good things to learn. I'm gonna finish these eyebrows off camera because I'm back. Hope you didn't expect my eyebrows to look good, because they don't. Anyway, so what I was saying is that, you know, I think that friendship and dating are probably the two biggest things that you're going to get out of being in your 20s. Those are probably the biggest takeaways that you're going to learn, and hopefully you can get that out the way in the 20s, because when you're in your 30s, you got other things to be worried about. You got to be on your grind, and you really should be on your grind in your 20s too. But let's be real, a lot of us aren't. A lot of us, we aren't. And so, and oh, side note, so I'm using a new foundation. It is Maybelline Superstay foundation in the color Cappuccino. I haven't been able to find my shade in this brand, but I really like this foundation, so I keep trying. So if you guys are looking at this video, if you could just be honest with me about how it looks, because I haven't been able to figure out if I like it or not. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, in your 20s, you want to be, in your 30s, you want to be focusing, you want to focus on your career and stuff if you can in your 20s. But, you know, once you kind of start that foundation in your 20s of whatever your career is, you got to really grind it out in your 30s. But going back to what I was saying, yeah, when you're in your 20s, you learn a lot. And the thing about it is, when you are in your 30s, the crazy thing about being in your 30s, going back to talking about your career, is when you are in your 20s, when you're in your 30s, or when you become, because I'm 32, so now I'm officially in my 30s, you realize that all the things, because when you're in your younger 20s, you say, oh yeah, I'll get married one day, oh yeah, I'll have kids one day, oh yeah, I'll start this one day, or I'll start this business, or I'll do all the things that you say, oh, I got time for that, I don't got to worry about that right now. All the things that you say that to when you're in your 30s. And I think this is why a lot of people have like midlife crisis, because in their early 30s, because when you are in your 30s, you realize, oh shit, all the things I've been putting off saying I gotta do, you gotta actually start doing them. And if you haven't been preparing for that, your 30s can hit you hard. So look at it, guys. I don't even know if you can really see it, but yeah, I really, 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 really like this foundation. I like the way it looks on your skin. It's definitely full coverage. It's nice. I just don't know if this is the right color for me. Girl, I was looking at a video last night. She was saying, so I'm going to do two methods that she said. She said use your finger, and then she was also talking about using a brush. So the first one I'm going to do is use my finger. I don't even know if this is right. I've been trying not to use a lot, because I feel like that might be part of the problem for me, but I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Also, something else, if I do have anybody that's younger watching, it is great to have friends. You know, it is really, really good to have friends. You need friends. You need, and I'm sorry if I'm jumping all over the place. Again, this video is not structured. I'm just kind of talking about things as they come to my mind. I don't know if any of you guys are still walking around on that no new friend stuff, but if you are, let that go. Because for one, you need women. You need women around you, because as you get older, there's a lot of things that as your mother, you know, your mother's just probably has it or not going to teach you or not going to be able to teach you. For one, because she grew up in a different time than you did. And for two, you know, she wants to be your mother and not your friend necessarily. So there's certain things that she might not be able to tell you, or that she may not feel comfortable discussing with you. And as you get older, you need women in your life to kind of tell you, yeah, girl, I've been through that. Let me show you how to handle this. You know, so that was the first side, doing it with my finger. And the second side I'm going to do with a brush, this Fenty Beauty foundation brush, which I absolutely love and hate because it's terrible to clean. But anyway, I've never even done this before. I don't even know how to do it with a brush. I usually use a beauty blender. But anyway, so yeah, oh yes, what I was saying is, if you are walking around with that whole no new friends thing, let that go. Because for one, a lot of the friends that you have right now are probably not going to be your friends 10 years from now. If you got a strong crew of about 15 girls, you'll probably walk around with only having 8 friends. You guys are just maybe going in different directions. You guys might move to different states. Hell, I just moved to Atlanta from California. I'm starting all over. So if I was walking around with that whole no new friends mentality, do you know how hard it would be for me to make friends out here? Like, I actually kind of like the brush thing. You need women to kind of, you know, talk to and go out with. You don't want to be sitting in the house sulking because you're still single at 30. Girl, you don't go get you some friends and go out. And if you move to a whole other state like I did, find you some friends, you know. So I'm going to move on from the friend topic, and I want to talk about social media. And the only reason why I'm talking about this, okay, so before I even get there, I'm using 2 powders. I just got this one from Milk. It's in the color medium. I just got this one because I was using Laura Mercier and I just felt like it was too white on my skin. And I also get the Sephora Play monthly subscription, and they sent me a sample of Makeup Forever. So I'm going to try both, one on each side, just to kind of see what I like. After these 2, I'm going to try Black Opal and Black Radiance and Sacha Buttercup, even though I saw on Amazon a lot of them were breaking out from that. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to try, first I'm going to try Milk on this side and Makeup Forever on this side. So anyway, I'm going to talk about social media. I know a lot of us are invested in that, and I am seeing so many people falling into, like, not like a serious, but like a lightweight depression because they're comparing themselves to what they're seeing on social media. I am so glad that when I was a teenager, social media like Instagram was not around, and Twitter, I'm so glad it wasn't around. I don't have a business. Why? Because that seems to be the thing now, which is awesome. Everybody's an entrepreneur on social media now. Everybody's an entrepreneur. And so it's like, oh. And so it's like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? I work a 9 to 5. And so you got so many people on there that are like down in 9 to 5s and telling you if you don't have a business and entrepreneurial this, and that is awesome if that's your thing. But some people, that's just not their thing. So what I suggest, I actually took a hiatus from social media altogether. I started off with a day here, a day there, a week, 30 days, and then I completely got off of it. I'm back on it now. And trust me, if you take a break from social media, when you get back on it, you'll immediately say, oh, okay. I see why I took that break. Because if you become consumed in it, you will lose your mind, especially if you're in a relationship or looking at all these couple goals, or if you're not in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, it's like, dang, everybody's in a relationship with me. What am I doing wrong? Why these hoes getting wiped up? All type of things like that. And if you are in a relationship, you'll be looking at couples where the guy is flying her here, flying her there, buying her this, buying her that. And it's like, why my man ain't doing that? You know, I've definitely been there. Trust. I have been there, and I don't like this makeup forever. Anyway, I have definitely been there, and that was part of what inspired me, because I got a good man, y'all. It took me forever to find him, but I got a good man. I have a really good man, and for me to be trying to compare him or compare our relationship when this is the best relationship I've ever had, and now here I go comparing it to social media. Child, I have seen firsthand from some of my friends that everybody's relationship ain't the way it look on social media. Trust me, and I know that some of you guys can relate. Like, everybody's relationship is not the way it appears on social media. So I'm using this brush. I'm getting ready to get started on eyeshadow. And I'm using a brush, Morphe R37. I've never used this brush until today. So I'm just going to do a little simple look because my makeup skills are very simple, because I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, so yeah, yeah, you will definitely, and the palette I'm using is Born to Run by Urban Decay. Yeah, don't do like I did. Be single for a long time, finally get in a relationship, and then start comparing it to social media. That's the last thing you want to do. A lot of those people that you see on social media that have started businesses is because they're doing something outside of social media. Yes, they're using social media to promote their business, but outside of social media, they working. They are. And I'm saying to you what I say to myself. I'm saying to you what I say to myself. This is almost like me having a talk. If any younger ladies are watching, this is almost like me having a talk with my younger self. These are the things that I wish somebody would have told me, and not necessarily wish they would have told me, wish that they would have sat down with me and be like, look, sis, you messing up. Spritz some of this Fix Plus on here, because this is just not. Yeah, I definitely wish somebody would have sat down with me and like talked to me and said, look, sis, you messing up. This is what you need to be doing, you know. But I didn't have that, you know, which is fine, because I feel like I turned out all right. I'm back, and this is the finished eye. I know this one looks a little bit different. It's more purple than this one because I just changed my mind. But as a reminder, I ain't going nowhere. Anyway, I'm going to spritz my face with some MAC Fix Plus because my face is looking a little dry. I'm looking like a little corpse, a little corpsey, you know. So anyway, I think one of the last things I want to talk about, and I kind of already touched on relationships, but a reminder, and I am extremely guilty of this. When I used to date, because all of the guys I was with either cheated on me or they was just doing something else stupid, and I was constantly having drama, I honestly started to think that that's just relationships was. I didn't feel like I deserved that, but I definitely felt like this is just a relationship. You argue, you fight, you yell, you have sex, you make up, you go out to eat, you have fun, and then you argue and yell, and you just, you know, it was probably more arguing and yelling than it was having fun and truly enjoying myself. Maybe even women my age. But if you're younger, I want you to know that that ain't what relationships are. You don't have to argue. You don't have to fight. And of course, when you're in a relationship, you're going to have disagreements. But that is not what a relationship is. It's not just disagreements. It's way more good times, or it should be anyway. It took me being in this relationship and seeing other friends of mine that are in healthy relationships to realize that a good relationship, you're not yelling and screaming and arguing. When you're in a good relationship, you know how to communicate. And communicate means that you can be mad at each other and still communicate effectively. I think when me and my boyfriend first started dating, I was, you know, being argumentative because I just thought, well, something's got to be wrong here. We don't never argue. We don't never fight. What's going on? Do you not really like me like that? You're not, because my ex told me that the reason why that me and him argue so much is because we had so much passion. And while some of that may have been true, that did not constitute as a good relationship. It just didn't. I want women to stop feeling like you got to go through bad to get through the good. All relationships, you shouldn't have to start off by holding a man down, putting up with the cheating, helping him to grow up, all those things before you get to the good part. Because how many men do you hear saying that they held their woman down? Oh, wait. No, I am a strong believer. Now, there are some men out there that will hold their woman down. But I am a strong believer that men truly date and marry who they want to date and marry. And a lot more women of us are settling. What about if you don't want to get married? And I want women to understand that it's okay. I'm contouring my nose. Don't know what I'm doing. But it's okay if you don't want to get married. It's okay if you don't want to have kids. But if you do want to get married, you want to have kids, don't settle. Period. The last thing that I want to kind of touch on is understanding that you are going to change. The way that it is now is not the way that it's going to be forever. You're going to, as cliche as it sounds, there's a lot of things that are going to happen that you're going to look back on and laugh. You are going to change. Know that. Accept that. Be okay with that. So don't beat yourself up. If you're young now, don't beat yourself up. I definitely learned that I'm so much different now than I was 5, 6, even 2 years ago. So much different. I know what I deserve now. And I'm not even just talking about relationships. I'm talking about even at work. Oh, basically, this is the finished look. Please, y'all, go easy on me. I know that on YouTube and in any social media setting, y'all are ruthless in the comments, but go easy on me. If you have any tips or tricks or anything, let me know. I'm definitely here for them. But just keep in mind, I've only been doing this 4 months, and that's part of why I'm documenting my journey, because I'm hoping that in 6 months to a year, I'll come back and look at this and I'll be able to see my growth. So this highlighter that I'm using is actually not a highlighter that I use often. My mother gave it to me because she shops at with Lancome a lot, and every time she shops, they give her some free products. And I took this from her because it comes with this little thing in here. And she told me that because it came with this, she thought that meant she was supposed to dab it in there and pat it all over her face. My favorite highlighter is 2 of them, Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics and the Metallic Chrome something by Maybelline. I can't think of what it's called right now, but those 2 are my favorite. Gold highlighters, my favorite. I also like to wear rose gold, and I use Rosy Glow Res by the Crayon Case. Now I'm going to use my All Nighter by Urban Decay. I love this setting spray. You should not have to do that to lip gloss or a lipstick. I've never had to do it before. This is actually by Fenty Beauty in the color Unveil. I absolutely love this color. I just hate the fact that it separates. I have the color Stunna, and it does not separate. And I've had that for ever since it came out. So I don't know what's up with this one. But anyway, I love this brown. It took me forever to find a brown that I like. And I really like this one. It definitely gives you that 90s vibe. Anyway, so this is the finished look. I want to thank you all for looking at my video. I don't know how long. I'm going to try to edit it down as much as possible. I haven't quite gotten the editing down yet. I've made several videos before I made this one, and they were all extremely long. So I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you stay to the end of the video, thank you so much.